This is from the website thewaythetruthandthelife.net.
This is Saturday, October 1st, 2016. I'm recording this video responding to the announcement on the 28th that the 5 murderers of the 3 Christians in Malatya, Turkey in 2007, that they had finally been convicted. They were caught on the scene after torturing, and when the police arrived, they slit the throats of these 3 young men, one of them a father, and they were murdered for publishing Bibles, for being Christian. Now, the 5 young men made it clear they did it for Turkey. This is being published as the introduction for the Thursday, September 28th issue of the publication of Islamic Alarms on the thewaythetruthandthelife.net. I will show the front page of that publication at the end, and you can find it online at the website thewaythetruthandthelife.net. Now, in 2007, Gulen and Erdogan, Hizmet and the AKP party, were working together against a secular constitution upheld by the military. The background to that is that Turkey was humiliated by all its murder, and it and its companion Germany were humiliated by the First World War, and largely under the influence of Britain, they brought to power Ataturk as the president of Turkey, with a new secular constitution to respect the rights of minorities and other religions, and that's part of their constitution. Well, Erdogan, for Turkishness, understand Turkishness is as important as Islam, and Turkishness, just like killing for Germany or killing for Poland or killing for Hungary or killing for China, killing for Turkey is strong as religion. It's an honor to have one of your children die. It's an honor to die for Turkey. These 5 young men who murdered the Christians were doing it for Turkey. Gulen, on the other hand, was doing it for Islam. I mean, the underpinning of the Hizmet organization. I understand this background of Turkishness as a rationale for a religious zeal that you can murder for Turkey, and it's okay. The Turks have murdered their way into Turkey. Was the land of the 7 churches. Now, they weren't Muslim when they started. Then the Tartars, another Turkic people, came into Russia, conquered, went up and all the way to Finland, murdered over 1 million people and sold over 1.5 million into slavery, mainly into Turkey, which had a caliphate at that time, and slaves all throughout the Muslim world. That's why the word slave came from Slav. All these Slavs that were sold into slavery all the way around over to Muslim Spain. But that's another thing. They were humiliated by the First World War, and Ataturk came up with this new constitution and respect for Turkey as a secular government. The military was the protector of that constitution, and the United States had, when I went to radio school at the Air Force Base in Illinois, and I had a friend in the officers' quarters, and I'd visit there. There were many Turkish officers and Pakistani officers. That's the way the secular governments were reinforced and protected by the infiltration of American principles into the the military and making those relationships by schooling all these officers in American schools. But that's the background there. So in 2007, Gulen and Erdogan were working together against this military, and they used the murder of these 3 Christians as a rationale for attacking the military and putting them in jail. Still, no problem. Then they discovered that Erdogan and his son and his people were getting money illegally. They were selling oil, working with the Islamists, and making all kinds of money. And there were enough of the Hizmet people in the police and judiciary that they brought these crimes into trial. Erdogan was able to slam that and get rid of the judges and the policemen who brought these accusations, and that's where the conflict between Gulen and Erdogan came. It's basically a conflict between Turkishness and Islamistness, because both are willing to deceive to accomplish their goals. It's moral to murder and to lie for your cause. So that's the background here. And as you look at the 2 movies, you can get some insight into what's going on. And the murdering. And the real problem happened a year ago last spring. The Kurds, who are 20% of the population, got 10% of the legislature. And after that, Erdogan started murdering Kurds. And that it put him and Gulen and the Hizmet and AKP at definite odds, not respecting the Muslim Kurds and their rights, but murdering them. It's okay for Turkishness, but it's not okay for Islam. There's the conflict. So there's the insight. Let's get on with it. I've got 2 other videos that I'm publishing with this. One is an in-depth German Deutsche Welle interview with the Fethullah Gulen member and editor and publisher of Turkish journal in Germany. And the other is about the overloaded courts. I want you to understand this interview. The German interviewer is very harsh but the truth of what has happened here. But here's Erdogan with the Turkishness and Fethullah Gulen with the Islam, and respecting the Quran and Islam more than Turkishness. That's where this conflict came from. Not that either one is trying to bring about a sane government. They are alpha male dominated, hate the enemy, justify murdering for Allah, justify murdering for Turkishness. One side and the other, now they're in conflict. And that's what's behind these videos. So please take a look at the videos. To do that, first type in thewaythetruthandthelife.net. As you see it on the screen, you can either pause or replay if you need to see it again. On this screen, all you have to do is click on the 0 in the upper right-hand corner. The page has a lot of instructions for those who are interested in being familiar and using the site for information in general. Ignore that for now. On this screen, you simply click on the 2 for background. On this screen, click on the 2.6 for Islamic alarms. On this screen, you click on the 2016 for the year you want. This has every day of the year. Click on September 29th for the 2 videos spoken of. The introductory video you'll see was one published on the same subject earlier last March. Click on item 5 and view video 1 and video 2 that were spoken of. After viewing the 2 videos, click on a white dot to return to the top. In the upper left-hand corner, click on the alarm for September 28th. Item 5 caused me to think that justice had been served over those 3 men that had been murdered. The 2 videos are about the murders. Thank you.